Hi guys, and welcome back to another Call of Duty commentary, but not really a commentary. It's going to be more of a dual comm today. I got a very special guest with me. Why don't you go ahead and say hi?
Hey there, my name is Darvin, also known as DarvinTV.
Right on. I'm very happy to have you on today, Darvin. You know, I've been a fan for quite a while here, and Eric the Aviator, excuse me, actually got me turned on to your channel here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what we can expect to see on your channel?
Well, basically what I do, it's, on the face of it, it doesn't seem all that different than anybody else. You know, I do commentaries over gameplays. That's not all that unique. I guess what makes it different, I guess my delivery is a little bit different. A lot of people tell me that I have a unique sound and a unique style, so they're kind of into that. I do some, I lay pictures over videos sometimes and do some sound effects, and I don't think anybody else out there does the sound effects bit, so that's kind of unique to my channel. But otherwise, it's all about the fun. You know, I like to crank the fun meter up and have a good time talking about the game and commentary, and, you know, I'm always upbeat, and we have a good time.
Absolutely, and you know, I've been enjoying your videos, and I'm glad that you brought up the, you know, the little animations and things that you put into your videos. I know I saw like a Pac-Man ghost on there once that just made me laugh so hard.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing stuff, so guys, definitely check him out, and you'll get to know him here as we go on. But do you carry over any of the animations? Like, do you have a background with that kind of stuff?
Not so much on the animation side, but with the sound effects and things like that. You know, that was all things that I used to do when I was in radio, when we do commercials and things like that. You know, throwing in soundtracks and sound effects and multi-track recording and things like that. So, as far as comedic timing, I guess there's a little bit of that. But as far as the animations, that's something I'm kind of learning as I go and trying to get better at that.
Very cool, and I'm glad you brought up that you were in the radio as well here, because you definitely got a great voice for it, and it sounds like you got good flow. And I myself was actually looking and going into the business of radio and broadcasting. Would you have any advice for that?
Wow, that's really tough, because I hate to tell anybody not to do something. So I guess, you know, if you're passionate and excited about it and you really want to do it, go for it. My advice to you is there's a reason why I'm no longer doing it. The hours are terrible. The pay is terrible. I mean, you have to be pretty exceptional to get in a top tier. It's a difficult industry as far as progressing. You have to be mobile. You have to be able to move to the next job. And you really never have a sense of job security, because it's the next bout of ratings that's going to get you fired. And if you have a downturn in your ratings and the station's not doing well, you're out of there. I mean, there's just so many people that are clamoring for a job that it makes you really unstable. All of that being said, it was a heck of a lot of fun. You get some great opportunities if you're young and single, you know, not tied down to a family. You get to travel a lot, meet a lot of new people. You know, you get to hang out with bands backstage like I did. There's tons of women. Lots of girls like to hang out with radio guys, so you're usually never struggling for a date. So there's a lot of positives to go along with it, but like I said, the instability of the position. When I got into radio, I was single, but I got engaged, and then a couple of years after that, we were looking at starting a family, and I was less mobile, and I just couldn't commit to that anymore. So I had to go out there and get a real job.
That's understandable. Well, thank you for your honest advice here, and you know, it definitely helps. You know, when you're looking for something, you're looking to, you know, expand your life, and you can actually get advice from somebody who's been there, you know, done that type of thing. And that's a lot of stuff from what I've seen on your channel. You know, some honest topics, giving some life advice as well as Call of Duty advice. So you say you're not in radio right now anymore, so what do you end up doing right now?
Right now, it's really interesting. This is my third major career that I'm on. I've switched 3 times, and I'm happy. I'm working in information technology. This was another field that, you know, everybody said I should probably be in, but I didn't have the self-confidence to really pursue it until later in life. So now I'm doing information technology and working with computers and servers and networks and things like that. So I feel like I'm home. You know, I finally found out that at like you know, 30 years old, I finally knew what I wanted to do with my life, and that was it. So that's what I'm working on now.
Very cool. You know, it's definitely a far cry from what you were doing, so it's good to, you know, find something that, like you said, you enjoy. There's something that I was listening with your dual comm again with Eric the Aviator here, and you guys were talking about something about, you know, not going to college right out of school so you can actually find what you want to do. Would you say that that's some of what's left to you to your career right now, and, you know, waiting to really figure out what you want to do?
Yeah, well, I mean, I did go straight to college after high school, and I went into the radio and TV broadcasting, and I was young and naive enough to listen to, you know, adults that were telling me, this is really right for you. So, I was like, hey, okay, sure. And I didn't find out till much later what I really wanted to be. So, yeah, to that point, I think definitely, for some people, maybe since 8 years old, they wanted to be a pilot or something like that. And if that's your passion, then go right ahead. But if you're in that stage after graduating from high school that you really have no clue, you're probably doing a disservice to yourself and for anyone else that knows you to just go into college for the sake of going into college.
I absolutely agree with you there, because I tried out the whole college scene right after high school, and now I've decided go a different route, go into the working world, and I'm just dealing with the debt now before I can find out what I really want to do and go back to school and finish it up there.
Yeah, eventually it comes to you. Once you get to a point and you find your passion, and that's when you want to make that investment, especially if you're paying for it yourself.
Right. Yeah, I mean, with school nowadays, it can definitely get up there, so knowing what you want to do can save you time and money. So now, you did say you had one topic here that you wanted to bring along and discuss a little bit here. Do you want to go ahead and introduce that?
Well, sure. The community that we're building over on my channel at DarvinTV is what we affectionately call Darvinville, and I think it just kind of came to me as the channel started to grow. I thought, we're really building something unique and special here together. So let's make it a community feel and give it a community name. And Darvinville just kind of strung up a natural conversation. And so the metaphor fits, definitely. And we have this nice community that we're building together, and we're certainly looking for new residents. And I don't know, that's kind of what it's all about, is just being together and growing a community together.
That's great. I love the name of Darvinville. It sounds like something you'd hear back in the Beaver Cleaver, just the good old times. Having all your pals around and just chumming it for a while. So if you guys aren't already, I'm definitely a citizen of Darvinville right now. So again, pushing his channel, get on over there. But now you also are doing right now your road to directorship.
Sure.
Now, what's the method behind that?
Well, it's one of those things, kind of what we touched on a little bit earlier. When you're passionate about something, I highly recommend just going after it. And I was aware of Yaush when it founded and started gaining some momentum. And I'm like, these guys got it going on. They've got the right idea on how to grow a network. And I wanted to be a part of it. But, the same type of thing, looking at my channel purely from a numbers perspective, I don't belong there as far as a director is concerned. But I said, to heck with it. I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to try like hell to get there. And I managed to talk to the manager for the directors program at Yaush, and he agreed with me that I had great content, but the numbers weren't strong enough. So he said, tell you what, you get to 1,000 subs in 30 days, and we'll make it happen. So that's what I'm doing. The Road to Director is all about trying to get to 1,000 subscribers in 30 days. And when we started, it was in the low 100s, so it's quite a challenge to accomplish.
And how far have you come now?
Right now we're at 275 thereabouts, and it's been about 15 days.
That's great. Your channel's just, going like wildfire right now. It's a great feeling to see. Now, do you have any advice to give some younger YouTubers that are getting ready to go? Because, I mean, it's obviously you've seen a lot of success just recently here.
Sure. Well, it's all about drive and passion. I'll say it again. If you want to accomplish something, you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. You really can. And don't listen to other people that tell you that you can't, because they're wrong. And you can prove them wrong by doing exceptional things, by just trying for it. Go after it, make it happen. It's a relentless pursuit of happiness. And if you can accomplish that, you'll lead a successful life in any endeavor that you try.
Right, and there's always going to be a lot of naysayers out there, like you pointed out, saying that you can't do it, but, just find that drive inside is what I'm getting from you, just going after what you believe can happen and making it a reality. Yeah,
when people tell you that you can't, just use that to fuel the fire. Say, fine, whatever, throw that on the logs and try that much harder, because they're wrong and you can't do it.
Right, and the way I always look at negative feedback is just exactly that, feedback, something that can maybe be constructive. And it's always not put in the, the best words for you to understand it, but there's always a message in there that I feel you can grab out of there and really thrive on.
Yeah, feedback is good. I mean, if it's constructive feedback, and if somebody's talking about what you did on your videos and they're like, this wasn't so strong, if it's good constructive feedback, that's a learning opportunity. But if somebody says, you have no shot at making it in whatever you're trying to do, that's the part that's wrong. That's not constructive feedback either. That's trying to hold you back. So, yeah, definitely. Good feedback is good, bad feedback is still good, but if you can learn from it and utilize it in a positive way.
Absolutely, and there's definitely a difference between that and trolling, so You just got to recognize the difference between that. Like Chaos Silencer put it, don't feed the trolls. So, you know, just don't give into it and don't let it damage what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Now, if I could ask you, just give us a quick rundown of what this gameplay is here that we're looking at.
Oh, what you're looking at is a domination game, and it's on jungle. It's not the strongest of scores, but that's kind of typical of my gameplay. I'm a huge objective player, and if you're playing domination, flying on the flags all the time, you're not going to have bust-out games all that often, but I play the objective well. I think I get 5 caps, 4 defends, or something like that, and whenever I can get close to that ratio of like 10 cap defends, I think that's a pretty decent game, as long as there's a good KD in there, so yeah, that's what we're watching.
Absolutely, and you know it's great to see that you're being the team player and getting on those objectives there, because so many times you'll just see people playing Team Slayer in domination there.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know we are unfortunately quickly wrapping up this commentary. But I do want to thank you for coming on. Do you have any closing notes here?
Just that I wanted to say thanks for having me on the channel. I think you've got a great channel. I was really impressed when you first commented on my page. I went and took a look at it. I think you have a great channel. You're doing great work, and it's really an honor for me to be here and kind of showcasing things a little bit.
Well, thanks, man, and again, glad to have you on here. It's you know, great to have people like you in our community here. So we're going to go ahead and sign off, but again, guys, go and check out Darvin's channel, become a citizen of Darvinville, and, you know, live a good life. But we're going to go ahead and cut it here, so thanks again, Darvin, we'll catch you later.
Thank you.